Well, X certainly gave it to a lot of people. So, welcome back, everyone. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a Resident Evil video. Now, apologies, I have my fan on while I'm recording this, and that's mainly because it is extremely hot right now, and I don't feel like dying from heat stroke while recording this. So before I get into the video, if you do not see my recent community post, I'm only going to be covering GTA 4 and GTA 5. I will not be covering the other GTA games before them, mainly because I tried to get into them, but they're really not my cup of tea. But I can respect them as games. Basically, in other words, I'm kind of bad at these games, but also just I really don't think I'm ever going to try to complete these ones. So, let's get into the video. So, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Question is, why am I not covering Resident Evil 0 or even 1? That's simply because I have not completed those games yet. I completed Jill's side for the Resident Evil 1 Remake, but I have yet to complete 0 or Chris's campaign. And since I had platinumed Resident Evil 2 a couple weeks ago, I decided, why not cover this one? So, what happened in Resident Evil 2? Well, Resident Evil 2 picks up 2 months after the events of Resident Evil 1 in September of 1998. The game revolves around Leon and Claire. I'm going to be covering both campaigns in this video, but I'll be mainly covering Leon's campaign while saying what happens to Claire. So, be warned, and sorry about any possible confusion. So, there's an outbreak in Raccoon City. The T-Virus has spread throughout the entire city and is turning people into all sorts of, well, not so interesting monsters. Then there's also Birkin's children in the sewers. Yeah. So, now the game picks up with these two. So Leon's a rookie cop on his way to the RPD on his first day. Claire is looking for her brother Chris, who had gone missing. We later find out that Chris had gone to Europe, and that of course sets up the events of Code Veronica. So of course the two make their way to the police station, where they have to find 3 medallions in order to get into the underground part of the RPD and find a way to escape. This is easier said than done, especially on the B scenario, as we have a little friend that appears a lot earlier. But, I mean, there's a lot of trouble when it comes to Resident Evil, and they run into it. Claire has to help a young girl named Sherry reunite with her mom, while Leon starts to work with a FBI agent, Ada Wong, in order to obtain a sample of the G-Virus, a virus developed by one William Birkin, who had a friendly encounter with the two a while earlier. He also has a bunch of nasty-looking children in the sewers, and is sort of kind of responsible for the outbreak in the remake. What a fun dude. And of course, that is pretty much like the first part of the game. The second part is, of course, getting the parking pass, and this is probably, well, the scariest part of the game, in my opinion, and also the most troublesome. So, of course, well, they have to get a parking pass. Claire has to rescue Sherry, Leon has to find a way outside of the police station, and this brings them into contact with a tyrant known as Mr. X, who had been tasked with recovering a sample of the G-Virus and to kill any survivors left in Raccoon City. Hence why he's going after Claire and Leon, is because, well, they kinda get in his way. So of course, once they are able to get a parking pass, you get to play as Ada in Leon's campaign as they go after Annette Birkin. Ada falls into a trap and gets injured, then you play as Leon. Well, before that, if you're playing as Claire, you get a small part where you play as Sherry, as she's trying to escape from Chief Brian Irons, who kind of kidnapped her earlier in the game, forcing Claire to have to find a parking pass to rescue Sherry. And of course, the two try escaping from the orphanage once Mr. X shows up, only to have a friendly encounter with Mr. Birkin, who then infects his daughter with the G-Virus. Because Birkin's body couldn't really handle the G-Virus, Sherry, her body pretty much was immune to the virus, and thus she gets some cool superpowers, well, mainly healing. Well, I mean, it's only healing, but we find it out in Resident Evil 6. So, of course, then there's the sewers section. Leon's trying to rescue Ada, Claire's trying to rescue Shay. This was probably the most frustrating part of the entire game, due to Birkin's children being everywhere, and the fact that, well, I kind of suck navigating the sewers. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, once you're done navigating the sewers, there's a boss fight with Birkin. He's really happy to get to play with Leon and Claire again. And for those who think that this is the final Birkin fight, well, there's good news because you get to play with him a bit more. So then there's the lab part of the game. Leon has to obtain a sample of the G-Virus, Claire's looking for a cure, and, well, it goes well for both of them. I mean, not so much for Leon. I mean, he finds out that his little crush, Ada, turns out she's a mercenary trying to sell the G-Virus to the highest bidder. She also holds him at gunpoint and takes the virus away from him, which isn't the first time this happens, and you really think that Leon would, kind of just find someone better to crush on, but I guess he really is that obsessed with Ada. There's a certain word that we would call people like that, but, Twitch banned the word because apparently it made a bunch of incels mad. So of course, Claire manages to get the cure for Sherry, and, well, and you have to fight Birkin again, and then the lab's gonna blow up, and they have to fight Birkin or Mr. X. You fight Birkin again if you're playing as Claire, and you fight Mr. X if you're playing as Leon. Mr. X, he kind of grew tired of the trench coat and got a big ol' nasty claw, and he's trying to kill Leon. When I was trying to beat this game on normal, I ended up dying way more times than I did on hardcore difficulty, which is kind of depressing to think about. But what's even more depressing is I had to redo this one and the Birkin fight on hardcore, because I died from one of plant monsters because I didn't have a knife on me, so that was fun. So yeah, that's really the end of the game, except if you're playing on the second run. If you're doing the B scenario, there's one last boss fight with Birkin, as he attacks the train and, well, tries having everyone as a snack. It's definitely one heck of a way to end the game, and, well, that's really Resident Evil 2. So, I guess for my thoughts on this, and how good is this remake? Well, compared to the original, there's quite a bit missing. From what I've heard, the original did have some stuff taken out when it got remade, which is kind of unfortunate. I would have loved to see them keep everything intact, like they did with the Resident Evil 4 remake for the most part, and the remake of 1. But at least it didn't turn out like the remake for free. I had fun with this one, and personally, if you have not played this game yet, I highly recommend it. It's a really enjoyable game, and I had a lot of fun with it. The only gripes I have is with some of the DLC just kind of just being boring and not really needed. I mean, this is kind of a case with a lot of Resident Evil DLC, is that it's kind of boring. And I have a serious bone to pick with with the Grim Reaper trophy. I hate this trophy with everything in my body, and it's thanks to this that I kind of hate this game a bit, so thanks Capcom. But that's it for now. I'll of course be covering Resident Evil 3 sometime soon, so stay tuned for that one.